Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and anyone who's ever checked their pockets and thought, maybe I've been sitting on a fortune. Have you ever wondered if that humble penny jingling in your car cup holder is actually worth a cool $1 million? Yes, you heard me right. A single cent that's worth $1 million. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2000 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark that's taking the coin world by storm. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot one, what makes it so valuable, and maybe, just maybe, you'll walk away with a story for the ages. Let's get into it. Now, let's start with the basics. The 2000 Abraham Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. But what makes the no mint mark 2000 penny stand out? Let's break it down. What does no mint mark mean? Normally, U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark, a tiny letter indicating where they were made. For example, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mark at all means it was minted in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint is notorious for not including a mint mark on most of its pennies. So, you might think, no mint mark? Nothing special, right? Well, not quite. What makes this penny so valuable? The specific 2000 no mint mark penny we're talking about has a unique set of errors and characteristics. It's what collectors call a double die reverse. Basically, during the minting process, the die shifted slightly, creating a double image on the back of the coin. Think of it like the coin equivalent of seeing double after one too many cocktails. But instead of a headache, this little mishap turned the penny into a $1 million superstar. Rare enough that it's not something you'll stumble upon every day, but not so rare that it's impossible. In fact, one lucky collector found theirs in a roll of pennies they picked up from the bank. Yeah, someone cashed in a $1 million penny for face value, and another person got the deal of a lifetime. Talk about one person's trash being another's treasure. Let me tell you about a time I almost lost a valuable coin. I was sorting through a jar of spare change, classic rainy day boredom project, when I noticed this weird penny with a bit of doubling on the date. I thought, probably nothing, and almost tossed it back. But something told me to hang on to it. Turns out, it was a valuable double die penny. Now, it wasn't the $1 million 2000 penny, but it did sell for a nice chunk of change. Moral of the story? Always double-check your change. So, how much is this legendary 2000 penny actually worth? Coins like this are a collector's dream, and the market value reflects that. Depending on the condition, these pennies can fetch anywhere from $50,000 to a whopping $1 million. If it's graded in top-tier condition, like MS 67 or higher, you're looking at the kind of payday that could cover your mortgage, or buy a really nice yacht, if that's your thing. Condition is king. Scratches, dirt, and wear can significantly lower the value. If you think you've got the golden ticket, or should I say copper ticket, get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. How to spot one in your pocket change, alright. So how do you know if you've got one of these magical pennies? Look for a 2000 penny with no mint mark. Inspect the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial, under magnification. If you see doubling, especially on the lettering or columns, you might have a winner. Check the coin's condition. The closer to mint state, the better, so there you have it. The story of how a simple penny can turn into a life-changing fortune. The next time you're at the grocery store or digging through your couch cushions, take a closer look. Who knows? You might find your $1 million miracle. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into coin collecting and want more tips, tricks, and treasure hunting strategies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more stories, secrets, and strategies to help you uncover hidden gems in your everyday life. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old drawer, digging through pennies for laundry day, and bam, you come across one that could make you a millionaire. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the story of the 1995 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin currently valued at a whopping $1.1 million. Yep, you heard that right, $1.1 million for one little penny. Let's talk about why this tiny copper hero is making big waves in the coin collecting world. Oh, and stick around. I'll even share a story about my almost jackpot moment. Spoiler, it involves a lot of coins and a broken piggy bank. First off, let's get into the nitty-gritty of why the 1995 D penny is so valuable. This penny, minted in Denver, might look like any other penny you'd find in your pocket. It's got Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, and it's made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. So, what's the big deal? It all comes down to rarity. This isn't just any 1995 penny. It's a rare error coin. Somewhere along the production line, something went hilariously wrong, and that's what makes this coin so unique. The most famous error? A doubling effect on the lettering, specifically in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. It's like the coin decided it needed glasses but didn't get them in time. Coin nerds call this a double die error, and collectors go absolutely wild for it. Now, not every 1995 D penny with a smudge or scratch is worth millions. Condition matters a lot. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. To hit that $1 million mark, your penny needs to be in near-perfect condition, like it was minted yesterday. So, if your coin's been through the washer one too many times, sorry, but it's not buying you a yacht. A coin just like this sold at auction for $1.1 million. Imagine being the person who found that coin. One minute you're buying a candy bar, the next, you're bidding on beachfront property. Talk about a glow up. Now, let me tell you about my personal penny saga. A few years back, I was deep into the check your change craze. I had this old piggy bank from my childhood. It was a monster to crack open. I spent an entire weekend sorting through hundreds of coins. My back hurt, my hands smelled like metal, and my patience? Gone. I didn't find a $1.1 million penny, but I did discover a 1943 steel penny worth $10. Not bad for something I almost tossed aside, right? Lesson learned. Every penny counts. Literally. The 1995 D Mint Mark penny might just be sitting in your pocket or hiding in an old jar at grandma's house. The next time you see a penny, don't just chuck it in the tip jar. Take a closer look, and if you find one of these bad boys, get it professionally graded ASAP. Who knows? You could be the next millionaire telling your penny story. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on spotting valuable coins and strategies to turn your spare change into serious cash. Share this video with your friends so they can start checking their change too. Who knows? Maybe your next penny could be worth a fortune. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for spare change to buy a coffee, and boom, you find a penny. Not just any penny, but a 1989 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. That's right, $1.2 million for something we usually ignore at the bottom of our pockets. Wild, right? Stick with me because I'm about to tell you everything you need to know about this coin, why it's worth so much, and how you might stumble across one in your spare change. Okay, so what's the deal with this penny? First, let's talk about the basics. The 1989 Abraham Lincoln penny is a part of the standard issue. You'll notice Lincoln's face on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But what makes this particular penny special is what's missing, the mint mark. Most coins have a tiny letter stamped on them to indicate where they were made, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and so on. But this one, nada, zip, no mint mark at all. Now, before you grab every penny in your junk drawer, let's get into the juicy part. Why is it worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and a little thing called a minting error. Back in 1989, the US Mint made a teensy-weensy mistake and forgot to stamp a batch of pennies with a mint mark. Whoops. Turns out, that mistake is like hitting the jackpot for coin collectors because it makes the coin incredibly rare. And if there's one thing collectors love, it's rare stuff. Imagine you're at a party, and everyone's wearing the same generic outfit. Then someone walks in rocking a sparkly sequined suit. Who's everyone going to notice? The sequined suit. The 1989 no-mint mark penny is basically the sequined suit of coins. Now, I'll admit, I didn't always know about valuable pennies. A few years ago, I was rolling up coins to cash in at the bank. I came across a weird-looking penny and thought, meh, it's just a penny. Guess what? It was a rare wheat penny worth $200. Yep, I traded $200 for a cup of coffee. Facepalm. From that moment, I vowed never to overlook spare change again. And here I am, telling you not to make the same mistake. Let's talk money, shall we? As of today, The 1989 no mint mark penny is estimated to be worth around $1.2 million in pristine condition. Yep, you heard that right. If you find one in mint condition, congratulations, you're basically holding a winning lottery ticket. Even if it's a little worn, it could still fetch thousands at an auction. The reason? Serious coin collectors will pay big bucks for a piece of history, especially one this unique. Grab a magnifying glass and take a close look at your 1989 pennies. No mint mark? You might be in business. Check the condition. If it's clean and free of scratches, you're golden. Or should I say copper? Get it authenticated. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or grading service to confirm its value. And don't try to clean the penny yourself. Trust me, collectors want it as original as possible. Think of it like antique furniture. Refinish it, and you ruin the value. Now that you know the 1989 no mint mark penny could be worth a fortune, I hope you're feeling inspired to go on a treasure hunt through your spare change. Who knows? That penny sitting in your car's cup holder might just be your ticket to early retirement. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and strategies to help you discover coins worth money. Plus, I've got some pretty wild stories from the world of coin collecting you won't want to miss. Imagine this. You're digging through your loose change, looking for enough to grab your favorite coffee, and bam, you spot a penny that could be worth more than a Lamborghini. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the wild world of the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so valuable it's causing jaws to drop, and for good reason. Now, you might be thinking, hold on, what makes a little OL penny worth $1.3 million? Great question. Stick around, and I'll break it all down for you. Plus, I'll share a funny story about how I almost spent a rare penny at a vending machine. True story. The basics of the 1978 no mint mark penny. So, what's the deal with this 1978 penny? First off, let's talk about what no mint mark means. Coins in the US are typically marked with a tiny letter to show where they were made. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. You get the idea. But this penny? No mint mark. Nada. Zilch. It was produced in Philadelphia, but for some reason, the mint mark didn't make it onto the coin. And that little omission? That's where the magic and money comes in. Here's the kicker. Not every 1978 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. Nope. This specific coin is unique due to a combination of rarity, condition, and a little thing we call demand. Collectors love a good mystery, and this penny's pristine condition and minting error make it the ultimate prize. Think of it like finding a vintage comic book in mint condition. The fewer there are, the higher the value. But let's get real. What are the odds you'll stumble upon one? Slim, but not impossible. I mean, people win the lottery, right? Speaking of slim chances, let me tell you about the time I almost spent a rare penny on a pack of gum. I was at a gas station, digging through my car's cup holder, when I found this old, shiny penny. It looked different, but I shrugged it off. I handed it over to the cashier, who gave me that look like, really? A penny? Later, I realized it was a 1943 steel penny, a rare one, though not quite million-dollar rare. Moral of the story? Always check your change before spending it. You might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Tips for spotting valuable pennies now. How can you find the 1978 no mint mark penny or any other valuable coin? Always check your coins for mint marks, dates, and unusual features. Learn about rare coins in circulation. Knowledge is power. Seriously, the details matter. A tiny flaw could mean big bucks. Get your coins graded. If you think you found something special, send it to a professional grading service to confirm its value. Why people love collecting coins? There's something magical about coin collecting. It's not just about the money. It's about holding a piece of history in your hands. Every coin tells a story, from the hands it's passed through to the quirks in its design. And hey, if one of those stories ends with $1 million payday, all the better, right? So, the next time you're digging through your change jar or flipping through your coin collection, remember, one little penny could change your life. And if you find a 1978 no mint mark penny, don't spend it on gum. Trust me on this one. Before you head off to search your pockets, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I share tips, tricks, and stories to help you spot the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Who knows? The next big discovery could be yours. What if I told you that a tiny, copper-colored coin sitting in your piggy bank could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million? Yeah, you heard that right, a penny. Not just any penny, though. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1985 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's turning heads and emptying wallets in the collector community. Stick around, because this story is going to blow your mind and maybe even have you running to your nearest change jar. All right, let's start with the basics. The 1985 penny with a D mint mark was minted in Denver. For most people, it's just another penny to toss in the parking meter, but for collectors, it's a potential jackpot. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would anyone pay $1.4 million for something I can find under my couch cushions? Well, the answer lies in the details. The 1985 D penny in question isn't your ordinary coin. This specific penny is a rare error coin. It's believed that during production, a minting error occurred, resulting in a highly sought-after variety. The key is in its condition, the exact nature of the error, and its scarcity. Coins like these are rare, like spotting Bigfoot riding a unicycle. But if you do stumble upon one, you're in for a payday bigger than you ever imagined. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his attic. He's one of those guys who never throws anything away. Newspapers from the 80s, VHS tapes, you name it. As we sifted through the clutter, we stumbled upon an old coffee can full of pennies. My uncle joked, "Maybe there's a rare one in there worth a fortune." We laughed, but curiosity got the better of me. I started inspecting the pennies, and while we didn't find the $1 million penny, we did come across a 1955 double die cent worth a couple $1,000s. Let me tell you, that find turned us both into amateur numismatists overnight. Back to the 1985 D penny. To make it worth $1.4 million, it needs to be graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. We're talking a top-tier grade, like Mint State, 68 or higher. And here's the kicker. The tiniest details matter. A microscopic blemish could lower the value faster than a dropped ice cream cone on a hot day. But why is the value so high? Supply and demand. My friends, serious collectors will pay big bucks for rare coins, especially those with unique stories or errors. It's like art. Some see a smudged painting and think, meh, while others whip out their wallets and scream, I must have it. Now, before you start dreaming of yachts and sports cars, let's talk strategy. If you want to find one of these elusive coins, start by checking your change. It's like a treasure hunt, but without the pirates. And if you've got rolls of pennies lying around, it's time to channel your inner Sherlock Holmes. Inspect each one carefully, especially the 1985 D pennies, under good lighting and maybe a magnifying glass. And let's not forget auctions. Keep an eye on websites like eBay or heritage auction sites. Sometimes collectors mislabel coins, and you might snag a deal. But be careful, there are fakes out there too. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So, there you have it, the 1985 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of history that could make you a millionaire. Who knew that something so small could hold so much value? Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when you might hit the jackpot. Before you go, I've got a challenge for you. Check your pockets, jars, and that random pile of change on your nightstand. Who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth big money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, strategies, and fascinating coin stories coming your way. Don't miss out. You're digging through your couch cushions for loose change, and you stumble upon an old, dusty penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong. What if I told you that a simple 1972 Lincoln penny, yes, the one with no mint mark, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million? That's right. One single penny could be your golden ticket. Or, should I say, your copper ticket? Stick around because today, I'm spilling the beans, or coins, on how this little copper beauty went from pocket change to millionaire status. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's break it down. The 1972 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it doesn't have a mint mark. No mint mark usually means Philadelphia for most coins. But what makes this penny so special? One word: error. Specifically, a double die obverse. That's a fancy way of saying that the coin's front side was struck twice during production, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the date and letters like Liberty and In God We Trust. If you've got one of these, you're in for a treat. But wait, let's not confuse it with just any 1972 penny. Only a small batch had this doubling error, which is why they're so rare and valuable. We're talking less than 1 in a million pennies minted that year. So, what's the big deal about this doubling? It's like finding a typo on the Declaration of Independence: rare, historic, and priceless. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was sorting through my grandma's old coin jar. You know, the one that's been sitting in her kitchen since the dawn of time. I wasn't expecting much, maybe a few wheat pennies or some foreign coins. But then, bam, I saw a 1972 penny with a little something extra on the date. My heart skipped a beat. I thought I hit the jackpot. It wasn't the real deal. It was just a regular 1972 penny. But hey, it got me hooked on coin collecting, and here I am, sharing my obsession with you. So, how do you know if you've got the $1,000,000 penny? Grab a magnifying glass, or your phone's camera if you're fancy like that, and look closely at the date and letters. If you see clear doubling, congratulations, you might be sitting on a small fortune. And when I say small fortune, I mean a big one. In 2024, one of these bad boys sold for $1.5 million at auction. Why so much? Simple. Collectors love rare error coins, and this one checks all the boxes: rarity, historical significance, and a killer backstory. Now, let's talk strategy. If you find a possible double die penny, don't run to eBay just yet. Get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give you a professional grade, which can seriously boost your coin's value. Once it's certified, you can list it at an auction or with a trusted coin dealer. Who knows? You might be the next person cashing in big time. So, what's the moral of the story here? Check your change, my friends. That little penny in your pocket could be worth way more than a cup of coffee. Who needs Starbucks when you've got $1.5 million in a coin jar, right? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and want more tips on spotting rare coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next video, because the next penny we talk about might be in your pocket. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Now, go check those couch cushions. Did you know that a single penny from 1984 could be worth a whopping $1.6 million today? Yep, you heard that right, a penny. The kind you find between your couch cushions. But not just any penny. We're talking about the 1984 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Imagine accidentally spending one of these on a gumball when you were a kid. That's like tossing a small fortune into a vending machine. Today, we're diving into why this little coin is such a big deal, how to spot one, and, most importantly, how you can make sure you're not overlooking one in your pocket change. Let me tell you, when I first heard about this, I immediately ran to my jar of old coins. No $1,000,000 penny. But you never know. You could be luckier than I was. All right, let's break this down. First, what's so special about the 1984 D Lincoln penny? The D stands for the Denver Mint, where it was produced. Most pennies from this year are pretty ordinary, but this particular one is rare because of a minting error. Yep, mistakes can be worth millions. Specifically, this error is a double die. Essentially, the coin's design got stamped twice, slightly off alignment. This results in noticeable doubling on certain parts of the coin, particularly Abraham Lincoln's ear. How can I spot one of these magical pennies? Simple. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera to zoom in on the coin. Look closely at Lincoln's ear and other details like the Liberty, text, or the date. If anything looks doubled or weirdly shadowed, you might be holding on to a jackpot. But wait, don't run off to sell it just yet. Condition matters, folks. Coin collectors, or numismatists, yeah, that's a word, love coins in pristine condition. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, it might not fetch top dollar. The $1.6 million price tag? That's for a coin graded as MS, 68 or higher. MS stands for mint state, and the scale goes up to 70. So, the closer your coin is to perfection, the more it's worth. Here's a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was cleaning out his attic and found an old jar of pennies. He jokingly said, "Wouldn't it be wild if one of these paid off my mortgage?" Guess what? He found a 1984 penny with some doubling. Unfortunately, it wasn't the D mint mark or in great condition, but it still sold for a few $100. Not bad for a penny, right? Now, let's talk about the market. Why is this coin worth so much? It's all about rarity and demand. Collectors are willing to shell out big bucks for unique coins, and the 1984 D Lincoln penny checks both boxes. Plus, as more of these coins get discovered, their value could either rise due to increased interest or fall because of supply. So, if you find one, it's worth getting it appraised ASAP. And where do you sell a coin like this? Online auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions are great places to start. Just make sure you do your research and set a reserve price. You don't want to accidentally sell your $1,000,000 penny for $10. Alright, let's recap. The 1984 D Lincoln penny with a double die error is a tiny treasure that could change your life, if you're lucky enough to find one. So, check your piggy banks, your couch cushions, and even that jar of change collecting dust in the corner. You never know when you might strike gold. Well, copper. Technically, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I've got plenty more tips and strategies for spotting coins worth serious money. Who knows? The next time you watch one of my videos, you might discover a fortune hiding in plain sight. You're going through your pocket change, probably looking for a quarter to feed a parking meter, and boom, you stumble upon a penny. Not just any penny, but a 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You're about to shrug it off, but guess what? That little copper-colored coin could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard me right. This humble penny, which most people wouldn't bother to pick up from the sidewalk, has been known to fetch a jaw-dropping $1.7 million in the market today. Crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into everything you need to know about this coin, why it's worth so much, and how you might just have one sitting in your change jar at home. First things first, let's talk about what makes the 1994 no-mint mark penny so special. You see, most pennies minted in the United States have a little letter stamped on them, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But the 1994 no-mint mark penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically doesn't use a mint mark. So why is this coin so valuable? Here's where it gets juicy. This particular penny is a rare error coin. It's not just a regular 1994 penny with no mint mark. It's believed to have been struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin. That means the composition, weight, and even the dimensions might be slightly off. These small differences make collectors go wild. It's like finding a painting that turns out to be a lost Van Gogh. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, my neighbor Bill, great guy, bit of a hoarder, decided to clean out his garage. He found an old coffee can filled with coins his grandpa had stashed away. He thought it was just spare change, but one of the pennies in that can caught his eye. It was shinier than the rest, and something about it seemed off. Long story short, he got it appraised and boom. Turns out it was one of these rare 1994 no-mint mark pennies. Bill didn't become a millionaire overnight, but he did sell it for a cool 6 figures. Not bad for a penny, huh? So, how do you know if you have one of these treasure troves in your possession? First, grab a magnifying glass and a scale. The 1994 no-mint mark penny should weigh slightly different than a standard penny. This is due to the foreign planchet mix-up. Also, take a close look at the details. The edges might look sharper, or the finish might be slightly different. Now, before you start flipping your couch cushions, let's talk market value. The record sale of $1.7 million was an exceptionally rare case involving a pristine coin in nearly perfect condition. Most of these pennies will sell for less, but even a less-than-perfect specimen can fetch thousands. That's still a massive return on a single cent. If you think you've found one, don't just list it on eBay for a quick sale. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can increase the value significantly. Plus, collectors are much more likely to trust a graded coin. Alright, my fellow coin enthusiasts, here's the deal. The next time you see a penny on the ground, don't just walk past it. Pick it up, give it a good look, and who knows? It might just change your life. Coins like the 1994 Nomad Mark penny are out there, waiting to be found by someone with a sharp eye and a little bit of luck. And if you're ready to learn more about hidden treasures in your pocket change or strategies to spot coins worth big money, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post tips, stories, and insider tricks to help you turn your spare change into serious cash. And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends, because who wouldn't want to be a penny millionaire?